sometimes that doesn't mean everybody.
What's good, everybody? Today I'm continuing with my Avengers Infinity War character origins. If this is your first time tuning in, I try to make character origins easy to understand for anyone who was never into comic books. Just give you a general understanding about the character, their background, and their powers and abilities, and what you can expect in the movie. Today I'll be talking about the Winter Soldier, whose real name is James Buchanan Barnes, but he also goes by Bucky Barnes. That was the name given to him by Captain America. Well, Bucky Barnes grew up in the 1940s alongside Captain America, and they were best friends. They also joined the military together and went on several missions all over the world. Even after Captain America got the Super Soldier Serum, Bucky Barnes was like his right-hand man, and pretty much any mission Captain America went on, Bucky Barnes was right there with him. During one of their missions, they were on a plane trying to disarm a bomb, but Bucky Barnes, he actually failed to disarm the bomb, and the plane blew up, blowing Bucky into the Atlantic Sea where he was frozen. A Russian submarine was in the area, picked him up on the radar, and so they brought him aboard the ship, the vessel, and because once they had him on board, they thought he was an American soldier, so they thought he had the Super Soldier Serum inside his body like Captain America did, and that was the only way he possibly could survive, being frozen like that. Once they got him back to their base, they realized that he did not have the Super Soldier Serum inside his body, but they didn't know what to do with him because they figured he had to be a strong individual to survive in the frozen water that long. So they began doing different experiments on him, trying to come up with their own Super Soldier Serum, but they were unable to, although they were able to enhance him slightly as far as speed, reflexes, and help out his marksmanship, a little bit with the strength, but not able to give him superhuman level powers like Captain America. Well, they put him in suspended animation because they didn't have anything to do with him at that time until later years when they start sending him on assassination missions. Taking on the name the Winter Soldier, which is the name of the project he was a part of, he began doing assassinations all over the world. They sent him back to America because with his American passport and being a soldier, he had access to get around the country and then never could leave back to Russia no matter what they did. So they had him assassinating politicians all over the world and very influential people, rich people, whoever got in their way, they would have him assassinate them. And when they weren't using them, they would put him back in the freezer under suspended animation. Well, his last mission was to guard this thing called a cosmic cube, which had all sorts of different powers. The Russians wanted Bucky Barnes to guard this because they knew the Avengers were after it. Well, the Avengers caught up with Bucky Barnes and the cosmic cube, and he went hand to hand with Captain America for the first time. Captain America used the cosmic cube to bring back Bucky's memory, and Bucky remembered everything about his past at that moment, and it was his choice to destroy the cosmic cube because he didn't want it to be used ever again. After this, Bucky Barnes disappeared, but he actually returned once he heard that Captain America had been assassinated, and he took on the mantle of Captain America himself. Now, like I said before, Bucky Barnes doesn't have any superhuman strength or speed or anything like that, but he does have that cybernetic arm that was given to him by the Russians when they were doing experiments on him. Now, that is not a metal arm, it's not a vibranium arm, it actually was some schematics they stole from the Nazis. It was for a cybernetic arm, so the exact material of it is unknown, but it's supposedly stronger than average metal. Now, the Winter Soldier is an expert martial artist in hand-to-hand combat. He is an expert with any sort of weaponry that you can name. He probably can shoot it. He is an expert sniper, tracker, and acrobatics. So he is definitely not nobody to play with. Well, I hope you enjoyed this character origins made easy for the Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes. Thanks for tuning in, y'all, and I'll catch your ass out there in the universe. Peace.
But he's my friend. So was I.